Well, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll just start with you introducing yourself and tell me, your name and what you do and how did you came to Next Level Wardrobe.
Absolutely. So I am Michelea, and I lead a library, a research library. And I came to Next Level Wardrobe out of therapy. So I was really stuck in some of the ambitions that I had and the journey that I wanted to take my career into. And so one of the things that came up in these conversations was I want to learn how to style myself better. I want to learn how to dress myself for the rooms I'm going to be in the commitments that I want to take on. So I came across the free masterclass program and really got so much out of that that it just felt um, natural to take the leap to work one-on-one with someone. So that's how I came to Next Level Wardrobe. I think in general, finding that masterclass, it was a Google search or something simple along those lines that led me to finding the company, the class program, and then moving forward with that.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And did you try anything before that? Before like any prescription, restriction, any other, did you look anybody else up? Like tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I had definitely done the subscription style boxes. And they talk about, give us some of the people that you admire or that you like their style. So I had been sending them things like Issa Rae. She was a big style icon for me. Make me look like her, basically is what I would say. And I would get back pieces that really had nothing to do
Oh
with
no.
these people that I recommended or the events that I wanted to feel prepared for.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most I got out of that was a really great pair of shoes. And I was like, I'll keep these shoes, but all
Yeah,
of
but
these are clothes I sent back. So there was nothing that really worked out. Um, and I'm plus size. So before this, I shopped in person, basically at the same three stores that I knew carried clothing that could fit me off the rack, so to speak. And then online purchases, again, kind of like the same four or five brands that I was familiar with.
mm,
And almost all the time it was panic shopping, where I knew I had
yeah.
something coming up. And I would just rush to one of the stores and see what I could find, throw it all in the cart and check it all out, come home, try it on and cry and pick up, a few
Mm,
pieces. So I really didn't have much exposure beforehand in terms of what I tried or who I worked with beyond trying to piece it together myself and the subscription failures before
mm,
this.
okay. Yeah, and a lot of panic shopping. I know we talked about it before the trips, before the events, and unfortunately, I mean, those are kind of band-aids at times. If we're
Yeah,
lucky, I mean, but then you like have a lot of like pieces that don't really go together, and it's really hard to make
absolutely.
outfits, and yeah. So, I mean, you had some interesting pieces. Like, we actually kept some good pieces from your closet, but I think there was a lot of the same probably
Mhm.
because you found a few things that you feel like you were comfortable, right? And you like kind of got a little bit more variation on the same thing, but like there was
Yeah,
no, it was really pretty much the same things, right?
yeah. I distinctly remember when you were like, so you've got one, two, three, four, that's five black blazers? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And 25 printed blouses. No, I'm joking. But you had some actually really fun pieces. But yeah, I really wanted to give you some variety. And also, we definitely experimented a lot of different silhouettes and different shapes and different cuts. And honestly, I really want to commend you because you were super open to like all the different things. And, I knew some will definitely work and some, will definitely outside your comfort zone or outside the box.
Yeah,
And you really went for it. And I really commend you because you were like, I'll try every, you were really, I think you were really, really ready for the journey. And that kind of
absolutely.
helped too.
Absolutely. And I think that's the whole point of coming into this and working with someone, a professional one-on-one, is you have a different perspective, you have a different knowledge base, and you have different ideas looking at me, when we tried everything on, I was seeing one thing. You have a vision. I don't have any vision. I didn't have any vision. All I knew was top, bottom, done, and you come in and go, well, did you think about rolling up the sleeves or tucking that in and wearing this belt with it? And it completely changed the entire outfit. And so everything you recommended, or a lot of the things that you recommended, again, were pieces that I wouldn't have seen online and said, I'm going to add that to cart.
Mm.
And most of those ended up being things that I loved the most, and that I'm most excited to wear, because they're getting me closer to the vision that I have of myself, when I'm putting my clothing together, when I'm stepping out into these environments, into these rooms that I want to be in.
I love that. Thank you. And yeah, and you have a lot of different events and different, like you wear different hats. Like even with your
Yeah.
job, like it's not like one scenario. You have so many and you're doing so many amazing things, honestly. So we definitely want to have options for all the different needs and different opportunities and
Yes.
events that you have. So uh
Yes.
it's lovely. What is there anything else? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit about it, but anything else that stood out with the journey or that you really enjoyed or there were surprises throughout the journey?
Um, I think you touched on this a little bit, but one of the things that stood out to me the most was how many pieces that I owned you did want me to keep. And it was just a matter of using them differently.
Mm,
I had this expectation coming into this that I was going to get rid of everything and start fresh,
mm,
basically. Um, and in the master class, one of the things that got me going was in that program. We One of the things that stuck with me was, your clothing, and is it paying rent or something along those lines. Your clothing's taking up space in
yes.
your house. Is it worth it? Is it really doing its due diligence? And so
Mm,
I went through my closet, and I was able to pull out a lot, and donate a lot of clothing. And so I was left with pieces that I actually do wear. Um, and that was what we started our process with. And
mm-hmm,
I was surprised with how many things you're like, yeah, that's a really great print. We can pair it with X, Y, and Z. Or, this works well, but maybe you just need to get it tailored. So that was really, kind of like a burst of confidence in that, I was doing okay. I just needed help to get further into
mm-hmm,
success, further into what I wanted to actually accomplish. So that is one thing that really stood out to me in the process, was the time and the insight that was given to the existing pieces,
mm,
and complementing those with, um, additional fashion forward pieces, or pieces that would get me to, the events that I had in mind.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I love that. Thank you. And what are the things that you feel like that changed the most since we already ended the journey, right? Like, so you had some months to really, really dive into all the outfits and the styles and all the
Yeah.
tools. So what are the things that kind of like changed from before and after?
Um, so before everything, I was definitely stuck in terms of what I was wearing and how I was wearing it. And now I'm in this kind of flourishing journey where clothing doesn't make me feel anxious anymore. I've got a lot of pieces that are already ready for me to put together for events. Like, I came into this wanting to be able to say yes to a lot of things, because oftentimes I was saying no to events or opportunities because I didn't have what I felt was the appropriate attire to attend. I didn't have formal dresses, I didn't have gala dresses, I didn't have what I felt was the right professional business attire to attend things. So I'm in a conference circuit. I'm speaking out within our industry. I have goals to be on different boards. I wanted to be able to travel lightly and attend different things, and just know I had everything put together. So, after working with you, it's been a year of yes. I have said yes to events. I've said yes to galas. I've said yes to opportunities on committees, um, because I feel like I'm much more comfortable and ready to just go into my closet, pick out the dress that I want to wear. I've got the heels ready, pick out the pants, the belt, the top, the jewelry, and go. And I feel comfortable. I feel confident. And I think, I touched at this at the beginning, plus size clothing isn't always the most flattering. And so being able to put on clothes and not feel like I'm not shrinking. Like I never want to feel like I'm trying to fade away into a room. I want to feel outwardly, I want to present outwardly as confident and comfortable and bold as I feel inwardly. But I
Mhm.
don't want that boldness to be flashy. That's not what I'm going for. I'm just going for a confident statement that says I'm here and I'm capable and I'm ready to be viewed and engage with whatever is happening in that environment. So that would be one of the biggest changes that came out of this was being able to say yes so easily
Mhm.
to all the things I wanted to say yes to because I wasn't being held back by um, whether it was my own societal construct of what I should be wearing in
Mhm.
my expectations of what I should be wearing in these environments, or just the expectation in general of, this is going to be a formal event, black tie. This is going to be a cocktail dress.
Right.
You need to wear a cocktail dress. I have all those pieces ready to go. So that's been a really big, wonderful change.
I love it. Thank you. And I love this. I know, and I mentioned to you, like, I really felt like you were able to spread your wings. I mean, and it was all on you because you did the journey even before with us, it was an internal journey. And then with an NLW was really definitely, curating your closet and really owning into, yeah, to be able to take space and
Yeah.
if you wanted to wear bold colors and prints, you could do it. If you want to wear just
Mm-hmm.
something more classic, you could do it. But like really be able to bring out you and not, yeah, and the clothes not being a limitation, but actually just being something that
Yeah.
actually highlights you. And I love that. It's just I mean, that's such just so special. So again, thank you so much for sharing it. And if
Yeah.
I
And
say, yeah,
no, I love that you use the word journey because that's really what this is. You set me starting on this journey. So now I'm having fun with, trying to elevate my casual look. I'm all set for professional attire. And I'm like, okay, what am I going to wear to brunch now?
I love the
So
brunch. Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, when we had the shopping guide, there's a section for notes. If, and you wrote the most fun and loving notes. I'll be like, oh, this is like a brunch. And I was like, yes. I was like, I literally had to show them to Cassandra because I was like, these are just making my day.
yeah,
Which is
you had, there was one brand that I'm obsessed with now, but you recommended a pair of pants from them.
Mhm.
And I went
Yes.
on the site and I chose a different color. It was the same pants. I wanted a
Yeah.
different color of it because immediately I saw it and I go, that's rich auntie at a brunch pant.
Yes.
Like that, I cannot wait. I
I love it
cannot wait
so
to
much.
wear these pants. So again, that was the excitement that you brought to
Yeah.
this entire start of the journey was new brands, new ideas, new silhouettes, new ways to wear things.
Mm.
So it was just all of the education. And
Mhm.
like I said, I'm a librarian, so I love a
Yeah.
good educational moment.
You were an amazing student for sure, I have to say. You were always, yes, more.
So I mean, I'm on my journey to improvement, and I'm excited about it now. Whereas before, it was all just doom and gloom, and I really didn't know where to even begin.
Mm. Oh my God, thank you. And what can I say one more thing? Another thing you did that like absolutely, I mean, I loved everything, but you actually got a rack of clothes where you prepare your outfits for the day. And I was like, oh my God, this is like aspirational
Mhm.
level where you're like, I'm gonna just like set up my outfits here and like prep my week. And I was like, this is just amazing. I mean, unfortunately here in New York, there's not always the space for it, but I was just like, this is like going really next level and really embracing and having fun, like and
Yeah,
being excited about wearing certain things and yeah, experimenting. And I know we did a lot of different styling, and I love that. I love it so much. And
yeah.
you still use the rack a lot?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I plan out basically my whole week and I put everything on there. And that was from y'all's guide. You laid out the entire structure of how to make things as easy as possible. Set everything up by, when you purchase content and it's coming in, how to arrange it and so that we can go through it easily and everything is not confusing. So that's the y'all did the work and made this a very easy process to follow. So that $20 rack that I was able to get and just lay everything out, I mean, the hardest part of this whole thing was waiting to try on the clothes until our meeting.
I mean, to
Because
contain
everybody would
yourself.
come in and I would look at it and be like, I just want to try it on.
Oh my God, I love that. I love that so much. Yeah. And you honestly, yeah, I really super, I mean, I really enjoyed being part. And again, thank you for trusting me and trusting us, but I really loved being able to be in the journey with you because it really is a journey, and getting to know you, but also it's like I'm getting to know you, but you're also getting to know yourself as well. Because I feel like with fat, like,
Mhm.
knowing kind of had an idea sort of where you were going, but then it kind of like, the style has evolved. And then also, I feel like you also give you permission to really own into really what you wanted to. And sometimes we're a little bit more bolder. I think we got some even like really interesting dresses. Like, I feel like
Yes.
we really went there. Um, and so like even from the first round to the second, and that it was just like, I felt like it was just getting more and more exciting and more fun. And yeah, and we also rediscovered things that you really enjoyed, where you're like, okay, now I know we can go the direction more, even with silhouettes. Like, if you like the pants that you have before in the closet were pretty much similar styles, and then we kind of
Right.
like the range now is much more different, right? And so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's been really fun. And I love the word that you used where you mentioned permission to. It's like in the back of my mind, there was something holding me back, going, nah, that print is not for you. No, that shape of pant is not for you. And so having you come in and kind of unlock that permission to say, try it on, just try it and see how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
I think kind of psychologically, that was a really big thing too,
Yeah.
because now I'm not holding myself back. And whether I realize that or not before coming into this, that's absolutely what I was doing, is going, that's not for me. I'm not even going to buy that and try it on. I'm not going to give that the opportunity to look at it and go, maybe. So it
Mm-hmm.
was a really big thing just to have that kind hand hold to say, hey, just try it on. Let's try it on together and see how we like it.
Right, right, right. Okay, amazing. Anything else that stood out or like was a surprise before we wrap it up?
Um, I think the one last surprise was just, it was a very painless process. I came into this knowing that I wanted to, knowing that I did need the help. I was very anxious and scared that it was going to be, again, throw everything out, nothing's going to work. We're going to put you in real uncomfortable things, because this is the vision that I have for you. And it's not. It was a very warm, collaborative process. I looked forward to every meeting that I had with you, because I knew you had my best interest at heart.
Mhm.
You, from day one, wanted to understand what my goals were, what I wanted to get out of this, what I wanted to feel with the clothing I had on. So by the time everything finished, I was there. And I think that is just so rare when you commit to something, to have someone who's just as invested as you are in the outcome.
Mhm.
Um, so again, this is not a one and done thing. It really set the stage to get everything started,
Mhm.
to get me where I wanted to be at that point in time, so that I could have the tools to continue forward,
Mhm.
and being more confident in the clothing selections that I'm making for myself, and
Mhm.
following the right people on social media to get ideas and experiment, because it's all evolving. I'm going to have different goals,
Yeah.
2 weeks from now, 4 months from now.
Yeah.
So it was just a very exciting process, a very heartening process. Whereas when I came into it, I really was scared. I really was scared because it's a big leap.
It is.
But in the end of the grand scheme of things, I'm so grateful. I'm just really grateful for your time, for your insights, for your dedication and your investment in my outcome as much as it is just work for you. Because I know you're so good at what you do, but it really was that you were like, I want to be sure she's happy at the end of this. And I am
Yes.
happy at the end of this.
Yes. 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 Yeah, and it was such an honesty, and also I also was always looking forward to working with you and all the session, and because like I really wanted to be. To me, honestly, is also really special to be able to be part of this journey.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it is really that's my favorite part of the. even though it's my job, this it is still something that it's I really don't give it for granted. It's such a beautiful knowing that you can be part of somebody's journey and you can really make a difference and you can really make that give that tools and and like I said, I saw your transformation. Not that it was really you, but knowing that you could say yes to things and that you don't do the panic shopping anymore and you show up to all like that's special because that's sweet time and money and all that that's going
Yeah.
back to you, but also like just knowing like when you told me, "Yeah, I'm saying yes to things," that to me is so special. Like that's the biggest thing, it's not just clothes, it's really a lot more because it
Yeah.
gets into the deeper level of like yes, you have all the clothes for the occasions, but also you are
Yes.
prepared, you feel strong, you feel beautiful, you got compliments, and that's my favorite part. You know that I love to see
I
photos.
wasn't mad at those either.
Anytime somebody gets a compliment, I'm like, yes. Like that's like I'm like it's like I am always so happy for it. And I know um yeah, I know that's just special. That's also the cherry on top, don't get me wrong. But like I
Yeah.
love that as well. And yeah, and knowing that you are, be able to really get in the world and you are accomplishing so many amazing things and just knowing that you're also looking fabulous and feeling great and that's so special and that's important and that's part of it because clothes, it's again, it's so much more than just, I mean, it is clothes, but we know that it's so many layers.
Yeah, yeah.
So many
And
layers.
I'm having fun with it. And I'm having fun creating my brand, so to speak, or how
Mhm.
I want to present myself. And so that's a huge difference from where I was, where it was an anxiety factor. And now it's something that brings me joy.
Yeah, I love it. And yes, it is scary and it's a big, big leap of faith and it's an investment. It's all those things. And definitely, I think you definitely were ready. And so I honestly really want to commend you because you really went through the journey and really embraced all of it. And you wanted to learn and you were always prepared and you loved, and I feel like that really helps as well, really just getting the most out of the journey. And, and also I always try to make it fun too. Like we were also like, catching up on things and making sure
Yeah.
that's part of it too because it is and it is work because you have to prepare and but again you were always so welcoming and so ready and I so loved it and I kind of miss it, and so I mentioned it before I miss not having sessions like on a regular base now, so please still send photos and
Yeah.
that and, yeah,
Yeah.
keep me posted and again thank you so much for sharing this
Mhm.
and again, I love to have a chance to chat again with you, but
Absolutely. Thank you for reaching
yeah,
out. I got a lot of help from the videos and from the client testimonies when I was
yeah,
going through the masterclass. So coming in from the experience myself on the other side, that's a joy to be able to give that back. And hopefully, if I can help anyone, kind of again take that leap and change how they are moving through the world in a little bit more of a confident, comfortable way. I was going to say confident fashion, but that was too much of a pun, unintended. I'm happy to do it. So
yeah.
thank you to you for reaching out. Happy to be here.
Thank you again, and we'll talk soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.